Papa Radio.
All right. I wasn't sure Bob and Lima Papa Radio were the same entities, but okay, so now I got you now. Bob, what's your location again?
Bob, what's your location again? I am located in the northern panhandle of West Virginia in a town called Glendale.
Roger, Roger. And what radio are you running today?
I'm running a TS-2000 barefoot into an end-fed wire up about 20-25 feet.
Oh, roger that. Now, we usually start with checking to be sure we're in that wide transmit mode. We want to have the best resolution possible for our transmitter, so we want to be in that wide mode, which is 100 to 2900. Are you familiar with the TBW?
2900. Are you familiar with the TBW? No, sir, I am not.
Okay, you should have a switch selection somewhere that determines your transmit bandwidth, so I would suggest maybe taking a note and checking that out at a later time at your convenience. Like I say, we want to be in that wide transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900. That lets our transmitter be all that it can be, and then gives us just a slice of daylight before we're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Yeah, copy that. I got you there. But in order to do that with this radio here, it's venue driven, and I would have to get out the owner's manual and look that up and see what number in the menu that might be to go to it in order to make any changes. And that would take a little bit of research on my part, as the manual is not here with me. It's on the other side of the room in a filing cabinet. I will look that up and see what I'm set at. I've often had very, very good reports on my signal and my audio, so I've never really looked into that to see if that needs any attention of mine. Go ahead.
Roger, Bob. But communications today is all about articulation, being able to understand what people are saying. The easier it is, the better it is, because we have many downfalls in amateur radio as far as our transmitted signal. We have noise to put up with. We have, static, QRM, and fading, and then, Mother Nature might bend a part of our signal back, and we start having phasing. So we really need to concentrate as best we can and get all the articulation that we can so folks can understand what we're saying. And so sometimes, we might have to walk across the room and grab the book and say, hey, let me just check about this, because I do want to be as articulated as I can be. And if you're not in that wide mode, then you have rolled off your top end, which is so important for articulation. Most of the articulation occurs in the syllabic range, which is in the treble part of the audio spectrum, and when you start working lesser resolutions on your transmitter, you start to roll off that most important top end. Roger?
Roll off that most important top end. Roger? Well, I can agree with everything you had to say there so far, except for the fact that I'm not sure what I'm hearing from you. Am I hearing from you that I am not transmitting a voice that you can understand? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm just saying that maybe it could be even better, I'm not real sure, but, I have a kind of a generic setup procedure. And you can, if you're down in one of those lesser modes of resolution on your transmitter, like 300 to 2300 or something like that, you have rolled off most of your intelligibility in the top part of your audio spectrum. So inversely, if you're coming on up there to 100 to 2900, you've maximized the capability of your transmitter, because that gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Okay, sir. I appreciate you pointing that out to me. And I'll get the book out and figure out in the menu where I go to set that bandwidth on transmit. And go there and see what my settings are and correct them if they're out of the right range. So usually 2900 to 100 will give me the maximum without interfering, say, beyond a couple kcs up or down.
It should. That's when we picked 100 to 2900 as opposed to 0 to 3K, because that's right at the right in somebody's lap. So 100 to 2900 gives you just that slice of daylight there before, like I say, you're into somebody else's conversation. And you probably are in that wide mode already. This is just something to be sure that you are, as being all that you can be.
Sure that you are, as being all that you can be.
Well, okay, sir. I will make it a point to check on that. And never since I've got the radio I bought it used, had the urge to go check the transmit bandwidth. But I will check that and see, now that you brought it up to my attention, and see where I'm at. And maybe I can improve a little bit on what I have. That would not be a bad thing. That would be a good thing. Thank you for pointing that out to me, and I am going to move on with you, try to make contact with others. It's been nice chatting with you. Glad I run into you, and maybe we'll talk again someday, and I'll be able to tell you for sure where I'm at. And with that, I'm going to say 7-3, and God bless. This is KB8LPR.
Roger, Bob. Well, that's the beginning of our setup process. If you were interested, the next step from there is about your compressor processor. We'd like that, I know you got to move along, but the compressor processor, we're looking to set that up at about a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. It's something that you'll never hear on the air, but it helps us make our final noise situation as far as voice over noise ratio, you'd only be compressing at a 3 or 10, a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, probably about 2 or 3 dB, very, very shallow. Nobody, like I say, would really hear that. And then it's on to our ALC setup, and we're looking to set the mic level. And the best way to do that is go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in a QSO, not stressing it, just saying it, and adjusting with your mic level to where the ALC meter is running 2/3. And that word audio is just such a nice word. You become a human test tone generator, and it allows you to just turn that mic up or down to where you're right on 2/3 on your ALC meter. Roger?
Right on 2/3 on your ALC meter. Roger? You're wasting your time, Jim.
Well, I don't know. But anyway, Bob, gosh, are you still there? I bet he's halfway to his book on the other side of the room, probably stopped off to get a glass of tea, maybe even a hamburger if he plays his cards right. He's got his barbecue pit there, and...
barbecue pit there. And
anyway, Bob, we'll see you later, bud. Thanks for dropping by. This is the Friday afternoon. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. And if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
K8LPR, my back functioning again properly?
I'm sorry, you're speaking with me?
I'm sorry, you're speaking with me?
I think I am. This is BOB-KB8LPR. I had done something inadvertently with my fumble fingers and had this radio all messed up, and I had to go back through it and see what I did to get things back to normal. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, sir, I am, and you look like you're about 3 dB dynamic range, which is exactly where we would tell you to go as far as setting a modulation level, and that means that your average percent of peak modulation is somewhere around 80 to 85%, which is a nice, healthy signal, but, you know, it's just perfectly clear, Roger.
Just perfectly clear.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm sorry about that, but I was trying to do some things here as you were talking and check things, and my fat, old, fumbly fingers on this small-faced button radio hit something wrong, and I'm not sure what I did. One of the things I did is I switched from antenna 1 to antenna 2, which wasn't good, and a couple other things them fumble fingers did. But I did check my processor level while you were talking before I hit the wrong button. It's set at 34 right now out of possible 100. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. That's close enough. That's a real good ballpark right there. You know, that would normally be a 30. But I know that it's difficult to go in there and change things from a 34 to a 30, and it's a matter of procedure, but it probably, in the scheme of things, won't make too much difference. That's pretty close to where we want it. So then the other thing would be the LTV, the ALC. As you speak, adjust your mic gain to 2/3 as you say the word audio.
To 2/3 as you say the word audio.
Okay, sir, I got you there. I will do that and see what comes of that. As of right now, I'm talking in a normal voice. So what's my ALC meter? I am bouncing up to right about the top end of the scale where it's supposed to be. My radio, according to the ALC meter, has 3 dashes. One being low, one mid, I guess, and one being high, and it's making it all the way up well into the third and maybe just a little beyond the third.
Right, you just want to stay out of that, you know, the red line. You want to be slightly under the red line. I can see that I have a VU meter tied to my audio 7300 audio output, and I can see your modulation, and I can see that your signal is stonewalling right at a certain point. So, and that usually occurs right at that 2/3 point on the ALC meter, Roger.
Right at that 2/3 point on the ALC meter, Roger.
Okay, sir. Well, I need to go in and adjust it, like you said, with a 2/3 level. Yeah, it does. When I put inflection into my voice, the level goes really high. So I'm going to say the mic is a little bit hot right now. You're probably correct. You'll have to back that off a little bit, I feel.
Well, you just, you know, set your level. The ALC meter is the Bible for your radio. So if you were to change microphones, you know, not all microphones have the same output. So you need to verify what your modulation level is. And your ALC meter will tell you that. So when you change mics, you should go to your ALC meter and do that setup procedure, audio, and adjust your mic level until you're 2/3 on your ALC, and you just take care of that microphone, even though it may be a totally different kind of microphone with only half as much output as the other one. You can make it work properly and set it properly just by doing that, Roger.
You can make it work properly and set it properly just by doing that, Roger. Roger. Okay, while you were talking, I did do a small adjustment. Back the microphone gain on this radio, again, it's a 0 to 100 range. Was set at 50. I'm back it down to 40.
Right, and you're a little more peaky now than you were before. Before you were kind of a little fuller than where you are. But the whole thing is, I mean, we can talk level all night long, and I'm not there, and you're not here. So I'm just saying that the best way to set your microphone level is to just say the word audio and adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 2/3, and there it is. You got it.
Meter is running 2/3, and there it is. You got it. Okay, QSL on that. Well, I do have to get out of here. One thing I did not get so far, and I thought you probably give it to me, but I was probably confused. I'm an old geezer. I get confused easy. I didn't get your call sign and or your name.
Roger. Name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike, and the call sign is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, the Qso-Vlog net, and we've been recording, all the time. And if you would like to hear your audio and our conversation, go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, and it'll take you to this recording. And this recording will be cut number 1 in a series of 3200, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger.
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger. Okay, Jim, thank you very much. I will check that out, and I'll get out of here when I have a chance to sit down again. I will look up that bandwidth, how to get into this, but it is menu-driven. There's not a knob on the front of this radio. I've got to get into the menu and get to the right number to bring that up, and then I'll be able to make adjustments once I get there. So I'll check that out, and I'll also do the little trick he told me about the audio and see what happens with my mic gain. My mic gain, like I said right now, I backed it down while you were talking from 50 down to 40, which maybe made it a little better, maybe made it worse. I'm not sure, but I will go back later and adjust according to what you had just said. Okay. Thanks a lot for the information, Jim. I do got to get out of here. I got somewhere I got to be soon. So 73s and God bless. This is KB8LPR.
Roger, Bob. 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.